Real Madrid will be made to pay the team. For Trent Alexander-Arnold transfer, Liverpool turned down Real Madrid's attempt to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold during the January transfer window. It was believed that the Spanish capital side tested the Reds' resolve amid disruption in their right-back position. With Dani Carvajal injured and Lucas Vázquez not always convincing, Los Blancos wanted to bring forward what was expected to be a summer Bosman deal for Trent. But that bid was rejected out of hand, with Arne Slot's side still playing for glory in the Premier League and Champions League. That decision meant that the 26-year-old was likely to run his contract down, with an expiry for summer 2025, and Liverpool would make no money off a sale. Indeed, confidence is high in Madrid that a deal can be done at the end of the season in a move which would see the England international end his successful spell at his boyhood club. However, there remains a possibility that Liverpool could end up making some money on their £180,000 per week star. Real Madrid made to pay for Trent deal. Give Me Sport is reporting that Madrid are still hopeful of having Trent available for the upcoming FIFA Club World Cup. There will be an additional transfer window opening at the start of June for competing sides in the United States-based tournament in which they can register new signings. Alexander-Arnold's contract doesn't actually expire until the end of June, meaning that Madrid would have to pay Liverpool some compensation if he were to move early. The La Liga side are still confident of finalizing a deal for Trent Alexander-Arnold on a free transfer, even though Liverpool are yet to be informed the agreement is complete, a report states. Real must notify Liverpool formally, then they hope to engage in talks to secure Alexander-Arnold a few weeks early, allowing him to play at the Club World Cup. This would require some form of compensation for Liverpool. Quite how much that compensation would be for Trent with only a month left on his contract. The Reds turned down a bid of around £20 for their right-back in January with 6 months on his deal. On the basis that Trent with 6 months left is worth £20 million, then the player with a month left should go for around 3.3. Either way, it would be better than nothing with Liverpool's season now largely done and dusted. Liverpool star shares emotional goodbye message. One Liverpool star has shared a goodbye message after his season officially came to an end. Injury cuts his time short. The end of the season is on its way. Only a few games left now as everything comes to a close. Liverpool, of course, hope to wrap up the Premier League title and play out a series of meaningless fixtures. It also means that players are in their final games for their respective clubs, though. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a high-profile one, and this really could be his farewell tour. He's not the only one either. The likes of Darwin Núñez, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, and Ibrahima Konate all have uncertain futures right now. We won't actually know if they're playing their finals games next month, but it's entirely possible. And one Liverpool player has already played his final game for his club this season, taking to Instagram to confirm the news and say goodbye. Ben Doak has spent the season with Middlesbrough and shone very brightly at times. He looked like one of the best young wingers around over the first half of the season. However, injury has prevented Doak from playing since January. He actually played his final Boro game months ago then, but has only just had confirmation that he's done. Doak returns to Liverpool to continue his rehabilitation, bringing an end to a very fruitful loan spell. The youngster posted a goodbye message on Instagram for the fans. "Not the way I wanted to finish this season off through injury, but what a time I've had here," he wrote. "Thanks to all the players, staff, and fans at Middlesbrough for making my time at the club as good as what it was. I will be forever grateful and wish everyone at the club the best of luck for the future. It'll be interesting to see what Doak does from here. Can he actually break into the Liverpool first-team squad?" This was his first real taste of senior football, a proper senior campaign where Doak played a prominent role for a club. He passed the test with flying colors, though the step up to the Premier League, let alone UEFA Champions League, is a great one. But Doak couldn't really have done more than he has. He hasn't played since January but finishes with 7 championship assists. That's still top 10 for the league. Arne Slot reveals what Liverpool owner John W. Henry told him. After historic Premier League title, triumph, Liverpool's journey back to the summit of English football reached a stunning climax as they clinched the Premier League title once again, this time under the stewardship of Arne Slot. The Dutchman, in his debut campaign as Liverpool head coach, orchestrated a triumphant 5-1 demolition of Tottenham Hotspur at Anfield, ensuring the club lifted their 20th top-flight championship, a figure that now matches the long-standing record held by Manchester United. What made the occasion even more poignant was the presence of Liverpool's principal owners, John W. Henry and his wife Linda Pizzuti, who flew across the Atlantic to witness firsthand the culmination of a season built on resilience, unity, and inspired leadership. Fenway Sports Group, FSG, who assumed control of Liverpool back in 2010, have overseen a golden era at Anfield, with Slot's success becoming the latest jewel in their crown. At his post-match press conference, a visibly emotional and proud Slot opened up about the trust FSG placed in him, the conversations he had with John Henry, and the personal sacrifices made by his family throughout a challenging yet ultimately unforgettable season. A bold appointment. Amid skepticism. Reflecting on his appointment, Slot acknowledged that when Liverpool announced his arrival last summer, the decision raised eyebrows across the footballing world. Following Jurgen Klopp, a figure synonymous with Liverpool's resurgence to global prominence, was always going to be a daunting task. Klopp's 9-year reign brought 7 major trophies to Anfield, including a Champions League triumph and the long-coveted 2019-20 Premier League title, ending a 30-year domestic drought. Slot, although highly respected for his work at Feyenoord, did not carry the same weight of reputation as Klopp. Many supporters and pundits questioned whether he was the right man to lead Liverpool into a new era, particularly given the intense scrutiny and expectations that accompany the role. However, Slot revealed that FSG's belief in his vision and methods never wavered, even when external voices cast doubt. At the time I was appointed, I knew not everyone was convinced, Slot admitted when speaking to Liverpool World. That's normal. It's Liverpool Football Club. The expectations are massive, but I'm grateful to the ownership for seeing beyond the obvious and trusting in what I could bring. Now, with the title secured, perhaps it all makes sense to everyone. But their faith was unwavering even when it might have been easier to pick someone else. John W. Henry's message to Slot. When asked about the words exchanged between himself and John Henry on the Anfield pitch during the post-match celebrations, Slot chuckled warmly, recalling the special, albeit slightly blurry, moment. Honestly, I can't remember every word exactly. It was all happening so fast. But of course, he congratulated me and you could feel the pride in that moment. Slot said. It was just as special for them as it was for us. They have invested so much into this club, emotionally as well as financially, and to see their faith rewarded in such a historic way was beautiful. Slot continued, emphasizing that the success was not just personal vindication for him, but a collective triumph for everyone connected to Liverpool, from the boardroom to the terraces. For John, Linda, Mike Gordon, and everyone at FSG, winning the league again shows the strength of the decisions they've made. This club doesn't just chase headlines with the biggest or flashiest names. They make choices for the good of the institution. That's what makes Liverpool different. A special night for Slot's family. While the celebrations engulfed Anfield and the city beyond, Slot had personal reasons to cherish the night even more. His family